What's up, you guys? My name is Len and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're visiting or passing by, do not forget to subscribe. If you're a regular, welcome back. Today we want to talk about writing or putting out the best CV possible. So if you guys don't know, I have been a recruitment consultant. I'm an executive placement person, talent specialist. It just depends on the day for over 5 years. So, and I've placed a lot of people, over 200 people, into big companies in the financial industry, FMCG, IT, and everything in between. From running graduate programs to executive CEO level. Your girl knows what she's talking about. What we're going to do in this video is, I just want to catch up from the past video that I did. Some of you guys, they said, oh, Len, show us how to write the best CV. I did a video about scams to watch out for in looking for a job in Johannesburg, Goli. So if you missed that, guys, please make sure that you click on the card above and go and watch that video. So now let's get into today's tea. So I decided to split my video into two parts. One, I want to bust the myths and just correct a few things. And the second part, I want to show you guys just a sample of a CV. And I'll also put down in the description box a sample of a CV that you can download and then you can put your details. Guys, it's pretty easy. Never pay for somebody to fix your CV. I think it's a scam. I think it's a lie. If anything, it might even make you not get a job. I said it. So yes, guys, I write everything down. So first things foremost, I want to talk about the length of CVs, right? It varies, guys. If you are applying from Europe, I haven't placed anybody, but I have siblings that I've helped write out their CVs. And there, the standard is 1 to 2 pages. Everything needs to fit in 1 or 2 pages. And if you are applying for a job in South Africa or in the African region, as long as you want, baby, as long as you want. I guess maybe because the jobs are few, so you are really competing. You need to try and put in everything. Even if you think it's silly, you're a business developer, make sure you write cold calling, looking for new business, managing key accounts. You know what I mean? Get as much information as possible. You're an accountant. Don't just assume the person you are writing to knows that. If you're a CASA, you would have done psycha, right? Don't assume that your recruiter knows, because a lot of the time, if you've been on LinkedIn or even on PNet or Indeed, you will see that a lot of the jobs that are there are by recruitment agencies, right? So you don't know who's the first contact with your CV. And another thing that you need to consider is when we look for CVs as recruiters, as hiring managers, right? We don't really go through 100 CVs, because remember, when you put out a job advert, 1,000 people apply. I don't go through all the CVs, if I'm being honest, unless like I'm really struggling with the role. But when you put in your CV, it goes into a portal, right? It's a CRM system. So what I will simply do is, the client would have given me a job spec, right? That's a job description. They would have said, Len, we're looking for somebody that has done Hadoop development, someone that has also done C#, someone that has worked with the financial industry, right? So I'll simply go in and the system and I'll type in to say banking, or I'll type in say finance, or I'll put in the names of the banks, right? Nedbank, FNB, Standard Bank, whatever the case is, and I'll put the programs the client needs, right? Half the time I don't even look at the job titles, because every company calls things differently. You can be a sales executive, consultant, business development, event developer. It all means the same thing. So I don't really look at titles, but I'll put in what the client has said, the requirements, the keywords. So now if your CV is not jam-packed with keywords, you won't get an interview, or I won't even call you just to, clarify certain things in your CV, the initial interview, right? So guys, I'll say, if you are starting out, put as much as you can. If you are starting out, especially, you can, especially if it's IT or those technical jobs, feel free to put in the modules you have done, list them out. I've done C#. I keep saying C#, that's the thing that's on top of my head, right? But you get what I'm saying. I'm a dev developer, I've done B dev, I've whatever, right? So make sure you put it down. And if you have been in the industry for a long time, try and keep it to the last 10 years. And if the other years or other companies are important to you, you don't need to write the description. That's right. Let's say company, I worked at Lean Matter Consulting. I was a director there. I worked from this year to this year. You know what I mean? So keep it to 10 years, but put in as much information as possible. So I'll repeat, Europe, you're applying to European jobs, keep it to 1 to 2 years. And if you're applying in Africa, guys, hey, as much as possible. I've seen people CVs with 20 pages. I've worked on them. I've presented those CVs to clients. They've gotten interviews. So yeah. Let's talk about the format. Guys, format is very important. Like I said, most of your CVs, when you apply on any platform, even if it's applying through the company, right? You go on Standard Bank Careers and you put in your CV, it is going into their own CV CRM. That being said, your format could make it difficult for the person to access it, right? That's why I'm saying don't pay for CV typing services, CV whatever, because they'll put it in fancy, oh my God, so that it can be seen. Guys, the CVs are not going to be put on a bulletin board and someone will just pick, you know what I mean? So make it as simple as possible. Keep it as plain as you can. Content is what matters, guys. The quality of the content, not the fanciness of it. Even if you put little unicorns on the side, if you are not a CASA or if you're not admitted attorney, I will not call you for the interview, right? So make sure that you leave it as a PDF. I love Word documents. Honestly, just leave it as Word. But some people like, oh my God, it's intensive. Oh my God, recruiters change my so put it in PDF. Remember, when you apply for a job, the recruiter, even if it's an in-house, they have to present it to their boss. So 95% of the times, they will change your CV to put it into the format that the company wants, which is why I'm saying I love Word documents. So if you just make it difficult for a system to be able to change it from PDF to Word, sometimes if I have 5 great people and your CV is just difficult and I'm on a deadline, I'm not going to put it through because you're just giving me extra work. So guys, my point is keep it simple, keep it sweet. PDF or Word, no funny diagrams, no putting it into boxes I can't read. And now you get the point. So guys, enough with the chit chat. Let's go into a sample of a CV the way I love it. Before I write into that, guys, remember I'm also a blogger and I can assist you to set up your own blogging platform or your own website. And all you need to do is pay for the domain and pay for hosting, which if you do using my link, I'll definitely set up your website for free. Yes, guys, for free. So just check in my description box and there's a link. Oh yeah, I did write a long post on my blog detailing you guys how to own profitable blog. So guys, please head on to my website leanmatter.com and see that post. In any case, everything will be down in the description box. All right, guys, let's look at this CV sample. All you need to do, guys, on top, right, is you need to write your name, first name and second name, date of birth. Write your date of birth because some jobs do have cap. They want people maybe that are young, a team, whatever. So just write your date of birth and location, guys. You don't need to write your full address. Just write your area. So if you want to stay so if you're willing to relocate around Gauteng, you don't care to work either in Pretoria or in whatever, just write to say Gauteng. But if you want to work in Midrand and surrounds or that sort of thing, then specify to say Midrand because yes, when someone is searching for a CV, they'll also in the system, they'll also type to say location. Some clients are picky. They are tired of workers that are always late. So they'll say, no, want someone that stays in Pretoria, want someone that stays in Centurion. So that will come into play. And then in South Africa, there's the whole BEE thing. They are pushing for employment equity employees. So just write black female, black male, colored female, Asian black, anything, white male, because it doesn't catch you out, guys. Some companies are looking for white males, white females, whatever the case is. So also, you don't want to push yourself. You don't want to push it to the point where you lie and then you waste your time going to an interview. You say, oh my God, I'm a white person. And then you go there and they're like, we're pushing our BEE agenda. And you are like, they won't tell you, but they'll tell me. And you'd have wasted everyone's time. So just fill that in. And your contact details, your email address is very important, and your cell phone number as well as an alternative. I personally don't mind. I always call people's mothers. I call people's boyfriends. Make sure if it's a boyfriend, guys, make sure you're someone reliable. But anyway, parents are always safe. They always know where you are, and they do pass on messages and your email address. Because if you're as good as you say on your CV, heck yeah, I want to get hold of you. So I will definitely give you a call, leave you a message. Hi, my name is Lynn. I'm calling from Lean Matter Consulting, and I'm calling you for APC and D. You can get hold of me on whatever. And if And most times I'll then promptly send you an email. So if you are looking for a job, make sure you write the email address, which you always check. And but guys, don't write your work email address if you're already employed. That is a no. And question, should I write my ID number? No. Like, you don't know who's gonna get access to your ID number and what sort of scam they're gonna do with your ID number. Leave the ID number, no one cares. Should you write nationality? No, do not write Zimbabwean, but don't write all of that. Hey, I'm Zambian, whatever. Don't write any of that. You are just, let's just say don't. Leave that part out. The recruiter will ask you during the interview process, and if you want to explain, then you can explain. Say, hey, I'm Zimbabwean, but this is my story. You know what I mean? So sometimes they won't even ask you until maybe it's too late and they already fall in love with you. Right? Cool. And then the next part is write your education. Guys, this is very important. Write everything, right? Metric, which way you went. I don't really care, but just write metric, which degree you did, which if you got a different major, some people like, and it's maybe people in the health sciences, right? You say you did health sciences, but I put it on food and nutrition, that sort of thing. Really, in the FMCG industry, they are very big on that. And so make sure you write, if you are mechanical, that I focus on electrical. If you are a civil engineer, I mostly do structural, that sort of thing. Make sure you write all of those keywords, because that's what your prospective employer would have told me that they're looking for. Now, after that, you need to write a summary. A summary is like your motivational letter. I promise you guys, I've never read anyone's motivation letter in 5 years. Those things are long and useless. Everybody writes the same thing. I'm a team player. I personally do not read that. I don't know any recruiter that does. And I don't even know why companies say write motivational letter. However, what I do want you to do, because I don't want motivational is something else, CV something else, and it's a lot of work. Put it in your CV. I prefer to do what I call summaries. Summaries is like if you are seasoned in the industry, 10 lines tops. Key points, what you have done, how many years in that industry, what sort of experience do you have, any big projects, do you work with a budget, are you managing people, that sort of thing. So an example would be my summary would say, I'm an executive recruitment consultant. I have over 5 years working in a generalist environment. I have worked in the IT, FMCG, banking industry. I've placed a lot of people from directors, executive, key account managers, developers, engineers. I am currently chasing a target of 100,000 rands a month, and of that target, on a bad month, I'll get like 70% of my target. I also manage a team of 4 junior consultants. In the 4, they report directly to me. And in the past 5 years, one of my biggest clients that I've won have been Nedbank, the Yam Group, Structure IT. You get the gist. Something that I forgot to maybe mention is, do you mention your salary in your CV? Yes and no. If you are in a competitive market, if you are an IT developer, perhaps you're earning 50,000 rands. You are like 4 or 5 years into the industry. Yes, right. I'm on 50,000. And then don't write the currently. Let the recruiter talk to you. I'm currently on 50,000. Why? Because the recruiter knows you're looking for an increase. No one just leaves their job unless they're looking for more money, unless maybe your job is like toxic. But it also saves you calls from people that can't afford you, right? A lot of people want cheap people, 25,000 rands a month and below, right? So you're gonna get those calls, go to unnecessary interviews for what? Just tell them what you're on. And believe me, if your CV is being and believe me, if you do send your CV into a portal like PNet, Indeed, Executive Careers 24 executive placements. The thing is, as a recruiter, if my client gives me a budget of 800,000 cost to company, right? I'm definitely gonna look for someone that's on 700,000 cost to company so they can get 800,000. Because why? I bill the client a percentage of your salary, and it's in my best interest to somebody that's already earning good monies, right? So I do see the comments on salary a lot, and people bashing recruiters. And I don't know who has ever gotten an offer without showing a pay slip, unless the company is desperate, unless you are that good. Every company I've placed, they want to see a payslip, not just see how much you're on, but they want to see how your salary is structured so that they can match it the best way possible and do better. So I don't know, there's just a segue to something I thought I should mention. But if you're starting out, leave it out. Let them, swindle you into whatever amount they want, and then you can negotiate from whatever offer they give you. So that's just a little advice for me to you. And after you write the summary, write your work history. Work history, guys, start from the latest job. I always see people writing jobs, the job you did 10 years ago first. Remember, the person that now has your CV in hand is a human. They get tired, they are irritable, they are annoyed, they didn't have lunch, they got your CV at 5 o'clock, they want to go home. They're just gonna, and you're competing with somebody else. Write the job you're doing now first, right? You write the job name. I usually write company, Lynn Matha Consulting, title or role, executive recruitment consultant, date, right? The start date and month, 20 June 2020 to current, or whenever it is your last day. And then you write your, if you want to write your industry, you can write industry, construction, industry, consulting, industry, finance. Remember, guys, as much information as possible. Then you write duties. Then in bullet points, no paragraphs, guys, in bullet points, then write everything you do, even the annoying things you do. Make sure it is detailed, right? I mentioned, for example, if it's a sales job, right? A sales job, some people call it cold calling, some call it just business development, some call it farming clients. I would rather have you write everything looking for new. I know it's mundane, it sounds stupid, but remember, people see your CVs through searching for keywords. So write looking for new business, cold calling to acquire new clients, farming clients to gain new business. I've already written 3 duties, but literally they are one, right? Chasing a target of X amount, whatever, and then write everything, going to key clients, selling through a channel, developing a channel, because your client could be looking for somebody that has sold through a channel. So, you get my point, guys. So just write as much information as possible. And last thing, do not write your references. I repeat, do not write your references. I don't know what I can say this, guys. At the bottom, I know you guys like saying writing references at the bottom, right? References upon request. That will not penalize you at all, because some people at work, they are not most people at work, they're not your friends, they are your colleagues, right? Or you could have left ABC Limited going to DCF, and then you think that your friend that you had as a ref or your manager at ABC was your friend, but you don't know. Maybe when you got a new job, she was not happy, or he was like upset and he's out to sabotage you, or he wanted that job. People always look for jobs, but they don't tell their colleagues like, oh, I'm interviewing. And then there you are, busy writing them as a reference. What do you think? I've literally had horror stories. If anything, when it's reference time, most times your recruiter will tell you, or like, hi, we're going to contact your references, send us your references today. What you then do is, before you write the reference, you will call the person that you want to have your reference done. Was that correct English? You call your referee and say, hi, Len. Remember we worked together at ABC. I'm applying for a job as a senior business developer, and they wanted to get a reference. They were going to call you today or next week, Thursday at 2 o'clock. Or what times would work for you? And they'll tell you like, oh, Lynn, don't put me as a reference. Some people are honest like that, like, don't put me as a reference, because they know that they're gonna close the deal for you, like, down the drain. Or they'll tell you like, hi, I'm actually traveling right now, but your recruiter or your hiring manager can call me tomorrow at 10 o'clock. And then it's no big deal. You just then go back to the HR manager, whoever, and say, hi, Lynn Matha will be able to give my reference tomorrow at 10. And most times they will actually call your referee at 10, because it's easier that way. And that way you would alerted the person that's going to give a recommendation that someone is going to call. So imagine this person, because sometimes the reference is the make or break part, right? It's the last part of the interview process. And then I'm having a bad day, or somebody, literally, I'm filming right now, and somebody calls me for reference. I'm not going to say, hello, who, Lynn, who, what did she do? She was good, okay, but yeah, okay, just hire her, it's fine. But anyway, was she punctual? Or maybe the person, you think you guys were so good, but this person, maybe the company has a high staff turnover, they can't even remember who you are, and they give a wrong reference. Now the company you're interviewing thinks maybe you are lying or you're scamming or it's a downrun. Like, you guys, you get the point, guys. I let the people. Hey guys, I see here the times like what? We're close to 20 minutes or over, and I think I've given you all the info, all the details I know for you guys to get a job this season. I mean, guys, let's look for these jobs in the 9 to 5. They give us everything: pension fund, medical aid, and there's nothing sweeter is knowing that every month you have a regular paycheck. I'll tell you that. But guys, if there's anything that I missed out or any topic that you want in my career fair with Learn, please let me know. I'll definitely do a video about it. But in the meantime, guys, please go to my website, leanmata.com. There's so much stuff there. I now write about fashion. Can you believe it? Remember, keep minding your business.